Look at this. There are 2,659 subscribers in my trading group, and we're killing it. I want to give a few shout outs to my trading group. CBC, thank you so much. I'm up $13,000 this week. Your group's amazing. I made $47,000 in April because of your setups. This person's up 2,400, 1,500, 647%. This person doubled my money after a phone call that we had just yesterday. This person said, I woke up and I had 73% gains in data. Thank you. I woke up with 58% gains while I was sleeping. Another $1,000. That's $4,000 in 7 days. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, posting charts, working together to trade this market. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading at all, nothing, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Number one reason why people join my trading group is I post profitable trading setups every single day, and we've been killing it. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You pay for 6 months in crypto, you get a 20% discount. You pay for the year in crypto, you get an additional month for free and a 30% discount. If you do want to pay with a card month to month on a monthly basis, you can do so. There's a Patreon link that's in the description. This is Tezos, up 72%. You can see here's the setup posted. Here's 52% out of link. Again, bought the breakout down here. Here's the setup. Here's Ethereum, 57% gains out of Ethereum. Here's the setup. Bitcoin Cash broke out 60% gains over time. I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to ask you guys, smash the like button for me. Trying to get a like spike going. If you came into cryptocurrency to get ridiculously rich, and it hasn't happened yet, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to keep you up to date on everything that's important about this space. News that moves the market, the most important news. Technical analysis, Bitcoin, altcoin setups. Jumping right into the market today in crypto. Bitcoin at 9,079. Have you hit that subscribe button yet? But Bitcoin, you got this falling wedge, 68% chance of a break to the upside. Now, for this to happen, this support level down here has to hold. Also, this lower trend line. If this lower trend line doesn't hold, you're looking at 8,900, 8,700, 8,500. Okay, you got the price action that's being pressed down by all the majors, right? So when all the majors are pressing down the price action, bearish, right? Because they're all acting as resistance, and you just had bearish breaks of all the majors below the 200. So again, there's some bearish ideas, definitely some bearish ideas on the larger term time frames. But the question is, can the bulls step up and put in a bounce here? I want to give a couple shout outs to people in my trading group. This person stated, I'm up $12,000 in 2 weeks because of your setups. Next person, I tripled my bankroll in a few days. Thank you for KNC, Kyber, 100% gains. This gentleman, and I've been following him in group, he says, I joined the group with the goal of earning 1 Bitcoin. However, this morning, I'm up 2+ Bitcoin. I'm forever in debt. So he says, it turned my life around, life-changing money. Anyways, if you guys want to join the trading group right now, 40% to 50% off if you pay for 6 or 12 months. You can pay in crypto, or you can pay like one payment up front on PayPal. Just email me and I'll give you all the instructions for that. This is called Others Dominance, and this chart shows the total market cap of the top 125 cryptocurrencies minus Bitcoin. So essentially all the top altcoins. All right. So what I want you to understand is, so the altcoins by percentage are making up more of the market cap. Okay. So Bitcoin dominance is dropping. Altcoins, like this altcoin boom, has been very profitable. A lot of the larger caps, the top 20, haven't been moving as well as some of the smaller mid and micro caps. You really want to look at some of these smaller mid cap coins as far as making a ton of money. You can see the price action put a double bottoming down here, and ever since then it's been boom, off to the races. It's really important recently. You can see they had this break to the upside of this overhead resistance. You can see over here on the VPVR, this is where your resistance level is at, broke above that. So definitely strong moves by the altcoins. These are major upcoming events in July. Some of this has already happened, but Elrond, for example, mainnet launch is going to be announced today. And so I was, is it going to get a sell-off or not? There was some big sells that just came in, but there is a bullish idea too. I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. And so listen to this. ERD, which we killed it in the group, up 110% in a month. So WRX has a coin burn. This is going to happen tomorrow. Rivex RVX League of Stakes launches. And we've been talking about that. RVX is up 282% in a month. Tron 4.0, not moving. This thing, if Tron 4.0 doesn't pump at all, if they don't get any type of run up, we're worried about Tron. Like, they've got that Just token, JST, and it's been doing okay, that DeFi-based token. Kyber Network, Kyber Catalyst and Kyber DAO, again, they go live on the 7th. There was a bit of a pullback. Will we get one more pump out of them? 146% gains out of Kyber. Ontology is going to adjust the on-chain gas price. Haven protocol up 418%. Their mainnet launch is July the 20th. Make sure, write this stuff on your whiteboard. This is important. Haven, 418% gains in a month. I'm just curious, what would your portfolio look like if it 4x in a month? I mean, it's coming, like bull run ready. It's going to happen, but it's happening to a lot of these smaller cap altcoins right now. CTSI has some news. Stargate, Atom, I'm watching Atom and Augur end of the month. You got testnet for Atom, and then you got Augur version 2 launch is coming, REP. Actually gave you guys that setup. I'm going to talk about it right quick. And so you can see this falling wedge I talked to you about broke out to the upside and it's retested. This does not mean buy right now. This means essentially there's some overhead resistance. It really needs to break above this level and hold it, right? So it's already retested. Potentially there's some upside on this over the course of the month. You might have to be patient with it, but this is a really good looking setup. Bitcoin miners balance. Check this out. 1.8 million Bitcoin are held in miner wallets, around 10% of the Bitcoin supply. However, 1.73 million Bitcoin belong to very early miners, 7 years old or more. And most are likely lost. And that's kind of the X factor. Like there's an unknown amount of Bitcoin that just, I mean, imagine back then, Bitcoin, no one knew this was going to happen. That's why there's been so much upside as far as the price action goes. But imagine 1.73 million, probably there's closer to 3 million Bitcoin that'll never be found again. What is that going to do long-term to the price action? Now there's only 70,000 Bitcoin in the hands of the current mining pools saying, hey, potentially, even if the miners did capitulate, wouldn't necessarily drop the price. That's the idea they're getting at. Now, ERD, there's a possible cup and handle. This is a bullish idea. Will there be a sell-off today because the news is happening? We'll have to see. The great thing about buying breakouts is it's an if-then statement. If the price action breaks above this level, and then even better yet, comes back down and retests it, that's a good buy signal. But if this happens, then buy. So the success rate is really high as far as buying breakouts go. ENJ, so I posted this setup yesterday. ENJ, you see this, you got this like little inverse head and shoulders, complex inverse head and shoulders possibly forming. ENJ has had some upside, but I want to cover these two with you because they got ties to gaming. So Engine is calling all blockchain game enthusiasts. They are announcing Engine Envoy program. So they're offering 50% commission on platform referrals. You'll get custom Engine merch. So again, they're pumping Engine, right? This is good. Like, hey, if you want to pay 50% commission to get referrals, like referrals is where it's at, really. And think about it. In crypto, everything's got a referral link. Speaking of that, there's a new Ledger Nano X promotion. You get 20% off the Ledger Nano X. You basically buy one and you vote for your favorite coin. The link is in the description for the new Ledger Nano X's and 20% off. ERD, I mentioned this yesterday. Again, they have this ERD game called Battle of Elrond. It's on a lot of Samsung devices. So again, I think gaming is a good fit for cryptocurrency and blockchain going forward. Right now, it just seems like DeFi is just taking over. Hype. So how will these other types of crypto projects perform against DeFi hype, right? So that's something important to remember. It's kind of like a fad as far as fashion goes. Like you see this stuff come in and you're just like, where did this come from, right? Where did this come from? And then all of a sudden it's gone, right? And so that's DeFi. Well, is that what's going to happen with DeFi? What's the next hot thing going to be? I think DeFi is going to be hot for a minute. Now, how is this going to affect the price of traditional markets, which are obviously tied to Bitcoin right now? The U.S. recorded 55,000 new cases of the panic situation. This is the largest daily increase in the world. iExec. So this year, iExec version 5 milestone is going to be split into a couple separate releases. Now, I covered this with you previously, and I gave you this setup. RLC, they've got their big smart contract upgrade coming in July. Again, all this is whiteboard material, whiteboard it. So, I gave you guys this setup. RLC, it broke out recently. You're buying the breakout of this level. I had been posting it in group before then because you got this. Anytime you give me a falling wedge, it's a midterm hold idea, right? Because you get these big, huge falling wedges, these downtrends, this price action breaks out above this level and it says, hey, something's changed. Bells have to go off in your head because all of a sudden things are different. Pay attention. So this, you don't always have to catch the actual breakout. You're just essentially, that breakout just signifying that, hey, you know what? Things are changing. Like you're not going to nail the bottom of these patterns. You're not going to nail the top of these patterns. It just doesn't happen like that. But, the money is really made in the middle. Just lock in your profits. Continue to lock in your profits, compounding gains, and you're making a ton of money. But you get this like little inverse head and shoulders, complex inverse head and shoulders type pattern down here on a falling wedge. It's a good technical pattern. And you can see RLC, since I gave it to you guys, it's up 76%. Boom. Amazing gains. Now, there's going to be other altcoin cycles, other altcoin market cycles. There's going to be falling wedges forever on, you go to trade the stock market, Forex, whatever. But I'm just saying this is a good, anytime you start to see a falling wedge with a double bottom, triple bottom, inverse, see this shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, right? So complex inverse. This is the price action trying to reverse, and then it breaks above the 200. Like these little simple ideas, even if you're just a holder, like this is your buy signal and you just hold it. And this, like, I can't day trade this market. I do not have time to babysit these charts. I buy and midterm hold. I'll hold for 3 to 5 weeks. Like that's one of the best trading strategies that probably 2,500 people in the trading group use. Like they're not active in chat. They're not day trading. They're busy. They're successful. And they just want to make a bunch of money in crypto. And so I just want to open your eyes up to this strategy that's working really well. Staking frenzy pushes 0x to the highest user activity since April. The price jumps 14%. So the recent data shows active wallets reached an all-time high in 2 months since April of 2020. Now these metrics indicate that wallet activity on the protocol has bolstered, presumably as public interest in staking application and passive incomes from crypto grows. Now ZRX is a DeFi project and it's taken off, right? But it's essentially retraced and pulled back a little bit. And what I want to show you, like he had this huge pump over here, and then again, here's that inverse head and shoulders. Like these are money. Why? Is because you got your low, lower low. This is a higher low right here on the higher time frames. Game changes, right? Because if you are constantly putting in lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, it's a downtrend. As soon as you start to put in a higher low, it starts to change the trend. Okay, so that's why this technical pattern works so well. But we had, I guess my question is here, which came first, the news or the TA? So this was posted previously on the 26th of June. I posted this. And the news's job is to make you think that, hey, here it is, here's the explanation. Now, news is part of it, no doubt, right? News is part of it. More than ever now, news is important to these setups. Constantly I'm posting setups with all the news that I can find on these projects. A couple months ago, it just seemed like news didn't even matter, right? News wasn't even, presumably the biggest news out there. It just didn't move the market. So what does that tell us? That says, hey, we need to identify that. News is moving the market more. And so a lot of retail buys on this news, right? And so that there's a lot of retail in this market right now. Retail can read the news. It's really easy. It's basic. And hey, they fall in love with these coins and they're, off to the races with buying these coins based on this hype. So we have to identify that, whether we're trading technicals or whether we're trading news. I guess the idea is you want to combine different aspects of this market and really understand that success comes through the ability to adapt and change depending on its market conditions and what this market gives us. You can't trade this market the same way. I mean, you're just trading technicals, like I can show you a bunch of amazing technical patterns that didn't really have the type of run-ups, because some of these, and I've been talking about them constantly, these mainnet launches, these testnet launches, hard forks, staking, all these ideas now are moving the market, and it's going to be phenomenal when this market bull run ready, when this market really takes off. Like, we're going to see a lot more retail FOMO in, and they're going to buy solely on news. And news, I mean, you used to get, like, in 2017, you get a website redesign announced, and it'd be like pumping 20-25% on these coins. It gets ridiculous. You're just like, I can't even believe that just moved the market 25%. Like, it gets out of control. So I'm excited to be here and share this news with you guys that I think is important. Also, the technical ideas which are essential to trading this market. Top Bitcoin analyst says altcoin breakout imminent. Altcoin breakout imminent. You know what? Altcoins have been freaking pumping. They've been breaking out. No, he's talking about the large caps. The large caps, man, what has been going on? They're not moving. So, hey, this guy is a YouTuber, Data Dash. He says, hey, altcoin patterns are looking good, the top altcoin patterns. Now, what I would say is this. It's all about Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance looks like it's going to roll over. And this is nothing new. We've been talking about the green tractor beam of goodness that's led to these 3, 4, 500% gains in some of these altcoins. Bitcoin dominance is dropping. That means altcoin dominance is increasing, right? So as Bitcoin dominance essentially changes trends, like, altcoins shut off for a minute right here. Now, here we go. Boom. Mega altcoin season will happen if this continues lower. Let this roll over. Let this roll over and just get a quick drop. Like, in just the last 3 days, 4 days, like, these altcoins have started exploding again. It's ridiculous. Like, I couldn't even keep up. Yesterday was crazy, right? And as this continues to drop, the altcoins continue. The money flow is going into the altcoins more so than Bitcoin if this is falling. This is an on-off switch. Important to understand this idea. Now, Bitcoin price prediction. And I'm not real big on Bitcoin price predictions because I feel there's a lot of guesswork. And not most people are way off. They're not right. Okay. This gentleman essentially has some interesting ideas that I want to share with you. You know, he's essentially calling for a move to $89,000 Bitcoin, right? And again, the breakout has to happen. So that's where my personal buy signal is 10,500. You know, I was talking to somebody who FOMO'd into Bitcoin and bought it about 10,100 recently, and now he's down. And he's, you know, has this longer term strategy where he just wants to hold Bitcoin. And if that's your strategy, just keep doing it. For me, if there's potential for downside, I don't want to be in the red on any trades. I do not want to ride a downtrend. This is still a macro downtrend for Bitcoin. Now, when it breaks out, things are changing. But what do you guys think of this? $90,000 Bitcoin parabolic rush. Again, this parabolic rush is not going to happen overnight. Okay. I mean, when Bitcoin moves, and it moves big, but it's not like, hey, there's plenty of hours to get back into Bitcoin and buy this breakout. But what I wanted to share with you is his other predictions. And going back a couple years ago, and if you look, you know, you've got obviously the run up to $20,000 Bitcoin, and this was a couple years older. And if you look at Bitcoin's, you know, price action, if you guys are familiar with it, ran up to 20,000, then dropped down to 6,000. Okay, and then he basically began drawing his own chart. And this is the consolidation where in 2018, like, Bitcoin just basically did a whole lot of nothing, right? And then he shows this markdown phase where Bitcoin ran down. In this chart, he was predicting 2,600. Obviously, it went to around 3,150. But then he shows it going sideways. Okay, so I mean, again, pretty accurate here. You know, it consolidated for an extended period of time. Now, he uses Wyckoff logic, which Wyckoff is a different type of technical analysis. Really talks about market phases, which is something I teach and I understand. And it works in all markets, right? So you got your accumulation, your markup, your distribution. Markdown is what you want to avoid. You do not want to ride these coins lower, right? We'll avoid markdown, pick up back in accumulation, right? Or mark up, even better yet, the end of accumulation. So if we go to this chart, again, shows around 2019 where he was looking for more accumulation, and then mark up. Okay, again, Wyckoff logic. And did we see this accumulation and then mark up? Now, this number he had was 16,800. Obviously, it ran up to 14,000. So what's interesting to see, though, is after this chart plays out, you just hit this play button, and what he thinks is going to happen, not good. Here he is back at 2,500. So somewhat accurate, but again, I don't really get into these predictions, And it goes back to that gentleman who's holding $10,000 Bitcoin, and then possibly, he's at $9,000 Bitcoin. I don't start to get worried about Bitcoin until 8,500 breaks to the downside. This gentleman was pretty accurate, and so I'm curious to see how this plays out. But for me, I'm ready to buy Bitcoin 10,500. Bitcoin has to show me. Bitcoin's got to show me something different. You want to treat every dollar like it's your last. Like anytime you have that thought where, hey, I'm going to put some money in this market and it's going to work out. No. It just seems like every time people are in losing trades and they're like, yeah, I'm just going to ride it out. Like it never turns out good. Rarely does it turn out good. I mean, yeah, we get it. Years from now, it'll be fine. But who wants to go through this? This is, gosh, the feeling of waking up every day and you've got half the amount of money you had when you started. Like, who wants to do that? I don't. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.